Catch the first pitch 4 Eastern on FS1 or your Fox Sports app. There's been tension reportedly building in New England between Bill Belichick and Mac Jones. Jones called offensive coaches in Alabama last season as the Patriots' experiment with Matt Patricia running the offense did not work. This reportedly rubbed Bill Belichick the wrong way. Another report has detailed how Bill Belichick has shopped Mac Jones around to other teams this offseason. All right, Shannon, if you were Mac Jones, would you now want out of New England?
Yep. And if I'm Mac Jones, it rubbed me the wrong way. You got somebody that ain't never called offensive plays in their life. And now all of a sudden he's my coach. Put him on the side of the ball that he's been most effective at, which is the defensive side of the football. And see, coaches like to tell you, I got an open door policy. Mac Jones is probably voicing his concerns, not only to Matt Patricia, not only to Joe Judge, and I'm sure they went back to Coach Belichick like little disciples like they should. And guess what? It's falling on deaf ears. So you know what? Let me go to somebody that I think, and how should I handle this? What should I do? Should I say something? Should I speak out? Should I go public to the media? How do I handle it? Do I just bite my tongue until blood starts to flow down my... So what do I do?
Okay, so it was reported he sought counsel from the Alabama coaching staff.
Right,
yes.
so that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm trying to talk to Matt Patricia, but he's just like Belichick. Joe Judge, he's just like Belichick. Coach Belichick don't want to hear anything I got to say because he's all-knowing. How can you question anything that I do? Do you know I see all my rings? He's the type of guy. You see these rings I got? Okay, yeah, I see the guy that got them too.
Okay, but the problem is Saban and Belichick are like that.
I don't care.
And you know what happened as soon as he's making calls to Alabama coaches, Saban is telling Belichick, you might have a little problem here.
Coach Saban, and let me give you a little backdrop. Coach Saban was the defensive coordinator for Bill Belichick when Coach Belichick was the head coach in Cleveland. So that's where that goes back. So they have a relationship. There have been a lot of Alabama players on New England because Coach Saban is a chip off the old Coach Belichick block.
No doubt.
He's hard-nosed, the way he coaches, the way he practices, and it is his way or the highway. Well, Mac Jones says, well, I ain't afraid of the highway. They travel by training. Hey, I get up out of here. Wait, like, what we gonna win? When y'all got those two jacklegs calling plays. But what did he do, Skip? If he thought it was okay, this is what we know about Coach Belichick. When something's working for Coach Belichick, he stays the course. You see who... didn't he go get Bill O'Brien from Alabama to be his offensive coordinator again in New England? So clearly, it wasn't working. Look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones' rookie year, they was 10-7 and made the playoffs. He had 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He had a 51 QBR. They were 6th in points scored, 2nd in red zone scoring. Last year with two jacklegs, guys that don't know how to call offensive plays, Mac Jones dropped 8 touchdowns. He went from 22 to 14. QBR was 36, down 15 points. There was 17th in points scored, 32nd in red zone scoring. And y'all think that's all on Mac Jones. See, Coach Belichick doesn't want to bear any culpability. It's you, because you wanted to say, I'm a genius. I can do it all.
I want to oversee the offense. That's what happened.
Now look, I'm Mac Jones, staying there for what? To be belittled, I'm not winning, and you not put him in a situation where I can succeed. Get me up out of here.
Okay. All right. I do feel sorry for Mac Jones. But I also first guessed this. Ahead of that draft, you liked him a little more than I liked him. I didn't dislike him, but I said that Mac Jones will prove to be in pro football not bad. That, especially in New England, when you're trying to replace that guy, even though Cam did the best he was the actual first in line. And I thought Cam stood up to it pretty well to replace that guy in New England in Foxborough. But here came Mac Jones, and he did pretty well in that first year, as you detailed. And yet, I said before his draft, he'll always leave you wanting just a little bit more because you're spoiled rotten because you had the GOAT playing for you for 20 years. Or was it 19? Yeah, 19 years. Okay. So my issue is Belichick got mad. I don't know if it's out of spite.
20 years. He was 19 years a starter. 2000 to 2019,
yeah, he was there for 20 years, but he only played
19 years a starter.
The problem is, if he's shopping him out of spite, help me out here. Seriously, who out there would want to trade for Mac Jones and make Mac Jones their starting quarterback? I'm going to say nobody would. Would he be a very credible, viable backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Would he be a spot starter who could win you 4 or 5 games?
Yeah.
A la Cooper Rush? Yeah, he can do that. He could definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure he's that valuable on the open market right here, right now. And plus, we're late in the game where the musical chairs have stopped. Mm-hmm. The other fascinating thing is that Robert Kraft now, at every opportunity, he's seizing it to tweak Belichick, because his quotes at the league meeting the other day, the owners meeting, were, he said, I'm a big fan of Mac. This is Kraft. He said, he came to us as a rookie. He quarterbacked in his rookie season and did a very fine job, I thought, to your point. More Kraft. We made the playoffs. I think we experimented with some things last year that frankly didn't work when it came to him, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. But I don't make football decisions, is what Kraft was saying between the lines. Well, he had also dropped a little bombshell, volunteered it to the media. My friend Meek Mill texted me the other day and said, guess what? Lamar Jackson would like to be a Patriot. Right. But Kraft is volunteering this to the media, but saying, don't look at me. I don't make football decisions, but I find that very interesting that Lamar would like to be a Patriot. And then here came Asante Samuel, ex-Patriot, saying, Lamar, no, you don't want to play for Bill Belichick. Okay, I co-sign on that. But the point is, it feels like Kraft is goading his head coach for the first time, tweaking him, just playing a little bit psychologically. Yeah, he's pushing. He's starting to push.
Because, Skip, here's the thing. Is anyone surprised if you put a person in position in which they're not qualified to be in? Should you be surprised when the results are not what you hoped they would be?
No.
No. You put 2 guys that have never called. Skip, Joe Judge was a special teams coordinator. Mike Patricia was a defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Now you're asking him for a quarterback skill?
I know. I called it, and I can't believe I was putting these 2 terms, or this full term, in the same sentence with Bill Belichick. That was a clown show last year. That was Bill Belichick saying, I'm such a genius, I'm going to show you I'm the equal of Tom Brady, because I'll even be better, because I'm going to run the offense and the defense. Because he oversaw, and I told you from day one, I believe he called a lot of the plays, or at least did the sign-off where it's either run or pass. Run it, pass it. You pick the play. Run it, throw it, run it, throw it, right? Belichick wanted to say, watch me, watch what I do. I'm going to polish the other side of my genius, because I'm going to go Tom Landry on you, because Landry ran both sides of the ball.
Okay. And that's just, Skip. But I think when I'm looking at Matt Patricia and I'm looking at Joe Judge, I don't see the guy in the fedora. I don't see Coach Landry on the sideline.
No.
And I don't think anybody's going to confuse, because he was a defensive coordinator for the Giants, and Coach Lombardi was the offensive coordinator for the Giants. When he got the head coaching job at the Dallas Cowboys, he called the plays. So I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying those 2 jacklegs that he had calling plays can't do it.
But I think that's what Belichick wanted to show is, I'm going to take a defensive coordinator and make him offensive coordinator. I'm going to take a special teams coach, even though he was the head coach of the Giants, and I'm going to make him something he's never been, the quarterback coach.
I would have had more respect if Coach Belichick says, you know what, it's on me. I'm not going to delegate. I'm not going to put, because, Skip, I think people will say at worst case, he's the equal to Coach Landry. I mean, he has 6 Super Bowls. Coach Landry has 2. But we think Coach Landry is an all-time great coach. And so if Coach Belichick wanted to call it, I was like, Coach, I think you're a little late in the game. Coach Landry did this very early in the game.
He did it right out of the box in Dallas in 1960. And he invented the flex defense, in which they offset the defensive line. And then he called every play, much to the chagrin of one Roger Staubach, who said he quit prematurely, in part because he had head issues, but in larger part because he just got sick and tired of Tom won't let me call any of the plays.
And Coach Landry ran everything with an iron fist.
The ironest fist I'd ever been around. I got it. But in this case, in the big picture, Belichick is getting exposed without Brady. He is now, again, without Tom Brady, if you look at Cleveland and you look at post-Brady, he is now 16 games under 500 in the regular season as a head football coach in the NFL. Well, that's not genius level. I give him, as a defensive coordinator, he's right up there at the top. You could make a case he's the best defensive mind in the history of the game. But as a head coach, I'm not so sure about it. And Brady made Belichick. And now there's no Brady, and Belichick is slowly but surely unmaking his GOAT case, his own GOAT case.
You know what, Skip? I can't even fight you. As a matter of fact, I'm about to file a petition.
Yeah.
I would like to strike everything that I've said on the record about Coach Belichick being most responsible for the success, because we see that's not the case. He's still there.
That.
He's still shopping. He's still cooking, and the meals have been terrible, and people are not coming to his restaurant nearly as much as they once did.
I got it. And my final point is, the reason I feel sorriest for Mac Jones is, especially with Bill Belichick, the quarterback needs a friend. He needs a quarterback coach who's got his back and can hold his hand effectively.
Right.
What is Nathaniel Hackett to Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
He's just his friend. He makes him laugh. He makes him happy.
Right.
That's all he does. Does he teach him how to play quarterback? No, he doesn't. I know Nathaniel through his father, Paul. Joe Judge is the flip side of Nathaniel Hackett. Joe Judge is a tough guy to a fault.
Right.
That's why it didn't work for him, head coach in the New York Football Giants. Well, if you make Joe Judge the protector and best friend of Mac Jones, it's not going to work, because he's going to clash with him. He's going to tough love him. He's going to tough guy him.
And sometimes, Skip, as when you're positioned, especially the quarterback coach, some things that the quarterback shares with you, you don't take it to the head coach.
No, you don't.
But you know,
this is the ultimate mole.
Yeah. You might as well. Hey, well, Coach Belichick here, let me talk about you behind to your face, because I know Joe Judge and Matt Patricia gonna go up to your office and tell you exactly what I said. So I'm just gonna have you sit in so you can hear it for yourself.
It is a terrible situation.
It's Skip, we know how Coach Belichick is. Anybody that doesn't fall in line, you got to go.
Vindictive.
Yeah, you got to go. I mean, it is what it is.
Whew. What a mess.
So I don't feel bad. I do not feel bad. I feel bad for Mac Jones. I don't feel bad for New England.
No.
I feel bad for Mr. Kraft. I don't feel,
That's well said. Agreed.
Patriots finished third in the AFC East last season, guys. It's amazing how quickly things have unraveled there. Speaking of unraveling, did Luka just reveal why the Mavericks have been struggling lately? Let's find out. Undisputed will be right back.